Hey guys, thank you so much for watching Riff with Cliff. My name is Cliffhanger, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play this advanced triplet riff. And oh my god, it's so brutal. I literally just did this whole video, but then my Pro Tools session crashed, and for some reason the session file backup did not actually back it up. So this is my second time through. So at least I'm a little bit warmed up and I know what's going on. Real quick, if you want the tabs for this lesson, you can get them on my Patreon. The link is below. I've tabbed this whole lesson out for you. So if you prefer to follow along like that, because it is kind of a busy riff, it's sometimes good to have tabs with that. You can get that down below. I also include the Guitar Pro software if you want to follow along that way, as well as the backing track. I do lessons on the first and the third Saturday of every month, and I've been enjoying teaching here on YouTube so far. So be sure and take advantage of that. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the lesson, and I'll break down exactly how we can play it. So the lesson is broken down into 4 different parts. That's how I'm breaking it down, at least. The intro riff, which goes like this, is actually a relatively simple riff. It is a triplet, 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 triplet. And real quick, I am a half step down and I am in the key of A. The BPM for this riff is set at 120. The riff starts on the 7th fret of the D string here, and then we're going to go to the 7th fret on the A string, and then hit the open A, so just like that. From there, we're going to slide down to the 5th fret and do the same thing. Back and forth. Then we're going to slide down to the 1st position. Think of like a C shape. The 2nd fret on the D string, the 3rd fret on the A string, and then open on the A string. Lastly, we're going to hit the open D string, the 3rd fret on the A string, and then open on the A string. You put all of those together and it sounds like this. Let's bring it up to speed real quick. One more time. And now I'll slow it down really slow so you can see it and follow along that way. One more time. That is the whole first part of the riff. From there, it's going to repeat itself, but the second time through, we're going to double up on the 1st position part here. And it's easy to break down, by the way, if you think of the 1st position part as just a C chord, which, you know, a C chord just looks like this. Just no pinky. You're just going to be using those top couple of notes here. When we double up on that part, it's going to go. And we hold that D note open. And that's why I consider that part 2 of this riff, because there is a slight variation on how you play it. Let's put that whole thing together before we go to part 3. Right there is where we're going to cut to the 3rd part of this riff, which is a descending triplet, and it is chromatic as it moves down. It is very evil sounding, and it is tricky. Probably the trickiest part of this riff. Sounds like this. One more time. Let's break down exactly how we do that. First, we're going to go to the G string now, the 7th fret on the G string, and then we're going to be using our ring finger. We're going to use our middle finger to go to the 6th fret on the D string, and then our pointer finger to go to the 5th fret on the A string. So it's kind of like this shape here, which is a very evil sounding chord, but we just pick it out just like this. Then we're going to slide it down 1 fret to the 4th fret on the A string. Then we're going to use our middle finger to go to the 5th fret on the D string, and our ring finger to go to the 6th fret on the G string. That time we're going to pick it back up. So it's descending and then ascending. I did that backwards. It's descending and then ascending, just like this. Then we're going to slide it down 1 more fret, moving 1 fret at a time. We're going to go from the 5th fret on the G string to the 4th fret on the D string and the 3rd fret on the A string. And then slide it down 1 more time to the 2nd fret on the A string, the 3rd fret on the D string, and the 4th fret on the G string. Put them all together and it sounds like this. And if you just, again, think of that chord, that little, evil devil's chord, and you just slide it down the whole way, it's just like doing this. Which is a very, dum, 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 very dramatic sound. But we just pick all of those notes out. The 4th and final part of this riff does have another chromatic run. But first it starts on the open A to the 2nd fret and then the 4th fret. And then we're going to go to the 2nd fret on the D string, and we're going to literally walk it up using every finger that we have until we get to the 5th fret. Give that last note a little bit of a pinch harmonic and a little bit of vibrato. Sounds like this. Sounds pretty cool. I really like that a lot. Again, that's really chromatic. Now here's the whole riff with a backing track slowed down in case you want to hear it that way. One more time, I'll play the whole thing for you. Pretty cool. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think that this sounds pretty cool? I think that it is a great lesson or a great warm-up riff because, first of all, you're using every single finger and you're moving all the way up and down the neck, which makes it very, you got to be build a little bit of that dexterity and speed, which is great. It's a good way to practice and a good way to learn. Again, it is a triplet pattern. Triplet, 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 trip. But the part that you really, really need to practice, and it's just going to be doing it over and over again, is that ascending and descending riff, walking down the neck and then coming back up with that chromatic run. It's just going to help you a lot to just do it over and over again. And don't be afraid to start slow. I think that, starting slow and building speed can really help you a lot. It took me quite a bit of time to actually be able to build it that fast because I had to start slow. When I started too fast, I just couldn't get it. Again, if you want to follow along with tabs, or it's easier for you to read tabs, you can get them. The link is down below. My Patreon link, I've tabbed it all out for you, as well as the backing track and the Guitar Pro software. You can follow along there. Lessons the 1st and 3rd Saturday of every single month. Do me a favor, if you like this video and you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, as it would help me out tremendously. I'm having a ton of fun. If you want to support, if you want to see some other really cool lessons that I have broken down, be sure and check these videos out here. I'm going to practice this riff a little bit more, so I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in those videos. Peace.